What's up, everybody? Mike Davis here for Sound Off Sports. We're talking Happy Gilmore 2. We get your thoughts, plus all the craziness surrounding Christian Wilkins and the Raiders. A lot to talk about. SOS starts right now.
Make some noise. This is Sound Off Sports, sponsored by Sam and Ash.
Hello, everybody. Welcome here inside the den. Mike Davis for Sound Off Sports. I'm joined by, is this a J. Crew model or is this my partner in crime?
I'm showing a little chest here today.
This is like,
This feels a little inappropriate for air.
Is that the kind of, like, that's the kind of shirt I see like Ryan Gosling wear? Like, those are.
This was a birthday gift.
Can I touch it? It feels really good. Oh, that does. That's smooth.
It's nice. It's a very nice shirt.
He just celebrated a big birthday.
28, man. 28.
You're doing well, kid. You're doing well, kid.
30's next. It's terrifying, isn't it?
Wait till you get there. But you're a mature guy for your age.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
He's the ringleader here for Silver State Sports. James.
That's actually Jess.
Editor Jess, shout out to her.
Employee of the month.
Employee of the month.
Yeah.
We have to clap up for her. Good job, Jess. So listen, we got a great show today. A lot of interesting responses. We're going to be doing a lot of that cross-section of sports and pop culture. We're going to be talking about Happy Gilmore 2, getting your thoughts. A lot of responses on the Happy Gilmore
People really wanted
stuff.
to talk about Happy.
Yeah, so I'm happy.
And I'm glad, because me too. I got a lot of stuff to say about
we got to talk about that. So we're going to talk a little bit about Happy Gilmore 2 later on in the show. But first, we got to start with some weirdness coming out of training camp with the Raiders. Christian Wilkins. So here's the deal, guys. Christian Wilkins, defensive tackle, gets signed to a 4-year, $110 million deal last year with the former GM, Tom Telesco, right? So he comes here, signs this deal, and only plays 5 games because he gets injured, fractures his foot, Jones fracture.
Allegedly during a celebration.
Which is crazy, absurd. That's allegedly the situation. Breaks his foot, out for the rest of the season. We're thinking, okay, this defensive line pairing Wilkins and Crosby, it's going to be
Adam Butler, Malcolm Kuntz. It's going to be scary out.
We're going to be able to get to the quarterback. It's going to be a great thing. Yep. Well, now there's a lot of rumors going around on social media, a lot of allegations. Schefter, Josina Anderson, all saying now there's some weirdness associated beyond just him getting cut now from the team because the Raiders don't think he wanted to pursue perhaps a surgery, and they thought he should. All these different things. Regardless, he's cut. But now, reporters like Schefter are saying he kissed a teammate on the forehead. I'm from New Jersey. I say forehead instead of forehead. Forehead.
That is a weird pronunciation.
I know. It's a weird thing I do. I also say water. But he kisses a player on the forehead in the locker room. Player goes to the team, complains, blah, blah, blah. So these are allegations. This is what's being said on social media, but Adam Schefter's reporting it.
I truly don't think that really has anything to do with him getting cut. That's a separate story.
It's just a cherry on top.
It's a little cherry on top, but I don't think it had any impact one way or another because if Christian Wilkins could play, he'd still be on this football team. Given what he was making, given the player that he was prior to that Jones fracture, if the man could play, he'd still be on the roster. And end of story, period.
I think the big takeaway here is that, this is a new culture. This is a new team. Of course, he comes in with Pierce and Telesco. Now, Pete Carroll, John Spytek, there's no more playing around. If you're not here to play football, if you're not here to compete, and your mind's elsewhere, you're not team first, you're out the door. So 100%. I like that. So I think that's a good thing. There's going to be arbitration that goes down regarding the guaranteed money. They're trying to void $30 million of this guaranteed money from that 110. So that's all good stuff. If the guy's not suited up to play, that's one thing. But what I want to talk about in this segment is more so how weird Christian Wilkins is, because these things that we've seen now from Clemson are just strange. I mean, this guy is do you not think it's strange? Some of the stuff we've seen on social media.
There's some weird dudes in football.
Yeah, but this is strange. I mean, he's doing the split is a little weird.
That's just
it's
the split's impressive.
It's impressive.
Some of the videos coming out
grabbing another guy's like lower section during a play, strange. There's a lot going on. You don't think it's weird?
I think it's weird. point being, I don't think that has anything to do with him getting cut. Again, my biggest question out of all of this is, how are you still hurt? This Jones fracture, you get surgery for this, that's a 12-week recovery. Worst case scenario, you get hurt October 6th, 2024. Worst case scenario, you're out for the year. You're ready to go, get rolling for the offseason.
Right.
July 18th, 2025 rolls around. You're going back on the PUP list with the same injury from 9.5 months ago? What happened? Why are you not ready to go? Why can't you play?
It just seems like when you add up all the different ingredients, I know it's much more than just about kissing a guy in the forehead, but when you add that up along with, do you really want to be playing football? Do you have that desire? Are you built like, Max Crosby is, in terms of like, Max Crosby's the standard of what an athlete should be in terms of just going to work, working hard, wanting to maximize his potential, making the main thing the main thing. When you see all these other things going on, it just takes away. I'm not saying Christian Wilkins is a talented dude,
right?
But when you see all the other stuff going on, it contributes a lot to, is this guy really committed about football? And they need to clean up. This is a new situation. They need to clean up the act in Vegas, and that's why this is a good sign. Like, to me, we're talking about this. I think this is all positive. I actually think it's I'd rather have him out the door rather than taking that money, not wanting to play football, and kissing dudes on the forehead.
The Raiders had to cut him. You can't be paying a guy what they were paying him to not play football for 2 seasons.
Right.
And you, my friend, have been hurt for 9.5 months with a Jones fracture, which, should only be a 12-week injury at worst.
Yeah.
So I want to know what was going on between October 6, 2024 and now to where you still can't play. You're still not healthy. What is going on? And that's the story I want to know.
And let's be fair. Is he Aaron Donald? No.
But he's a very good player.
Is he Jalen Carter? No. He's not a personal game wrecker.
He's one of the top defensive tackles
But he's not
in the
a
league.
game wrecker like Jalen. He's not defensive tackle where Al Michaels and, Joe Buck and every single person says, okay, listen, we got to talk about Christian Wilkins for, 20 minutes.
I think he definitely is that.
He's not that. He's not
level. Aaron Donald.
But he's not that level.
But he's one of the top 5 defensive tackles in the league.
He got paid more than he should have. He's not.
That's an argument for another day.
I don't think he's at that level. But listen, guys, we got to wrap this up. Coming up, we got a great professional poker player joining me here in the studio. She's changing the game when it comes to female poker players. You don't want to miss it. That's next. All right, everybody, welcome back here inside the den. I am joined right now, very excited for this next guest, because we don't talk a lot of poker here on Sound Off Sports, but this is a very exciting young woman. Her name is Xuan Liu. Xuan, you are doing a lot in the sport of poker, not just for women, but just personally. Is this correct? You have over $3 million in winnings so far, in earnings. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, that's in tournament winnings.
Tournament winnings, $3 million. That's pretty good, right?
It's more than some and less than others, I think. I've been in the industry a long time, so like by pro standards, I would say that's like probably average. But in the past few years, I haven't been playing too many tournaments, which is why I'm especially proud of my recent accomplishment.
Well, is the recent accomplishment I saw, you became, in 2025, the first woman to win the Triton Super High Roller Series title. That's a big deal. What does that mean? Tell our audience, if we're not fluid with poker, how big of a deal is that to be the first woman to win that?
Yeah, so there's a few major tournament stops that are like a big deal, right? There's the WPT, there's WSOP, there are the EPTs, and then recently the newer player on the stage is the Triton event, which is, I would argue, the most prestigious because literally every top tournament player plays in these events. And so they're usually bigger buy-ins, and they usually start around $25,000, and they can go up to $500,000 in buy-in. That's for a single entry into a poker tournament.
Because like for the World Series of Poker, it could be a $10,000 buy-in. Mm-hmm. So for Triton, it could go into $500,000 for a buy-in.
Yes, WSOP events actually start from like $400.
Oh, okay.
And maybe even less than that online. So, they're more for like the average player.
Right. There's a lot of amateurs that get into. So Triton, if I'm a big tennis player and I like tennis. So for instance, for Triton, it really, because of that buy-in, it creates more of a tournament style of play where you have to be professional because you're not just going to be an amateur who came in from Tulsa for the weekend to just do a $400 buy-in to get into the big round of stuff.
Yeah, maybe not Tulsa, but there are actually a lot of like VIPs, as we call them.
Right.
So like, if you're like a richer person who like just wants to hang out and play against the best of the best, then like that's the event that you would go to.
World Series of Poker.
Triton.
Oh, Triton would. Okay. Wow. Very interesting. So you became the first ever to win. Tell us what your buy-in was and how much you came away with.
Yeah, I'm the first female to win one. There's been other women who have final tabled these events, but the one I won was a $25,000 buy-in. So these fields aren't usually massive like WSOP events. So mine had, I believe, 155 entries. So it's a tight-knit group, but again, like some of my tables that I had were literally like me and 7 of the best players in the world.
Thank you so much to Xuan Liu. Go check her out, a great influencer. She's got a great YouTube channel as well. And check out our YouTube channel, Silver State Sports, to catch the full interview.
Did Happy Gilmore 2 live up to the hype? Terry Hallett on Facebook says, loved it. The Sandman is awesome, down to earth, good old fun. John Daly was great and Shooter. The whole crew was great.
Welcome back to Sound Off Sports. We're asking you, what about Happy Gilmore 2? Did it live up to the hype? Of course, I'm a big fan of The Sandman, Adam Sandler, the classic, original Happy Gilmore, a classic in my mind.
Top 5 sports movie ever. I said this a few weeks ago.
I don't know about that, but it is one of my faves.
Well, your list was trash.
We could, that's a debate for a different show. But there's a lot of interesting stuff going on social media right now because people either love it or they hate it. The fascinating thing is the original got a 7 out of 10 on IMDb, a 63% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, Happy Gilmore 2 has a 6.3 on IMDb, a little less, but a 70% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
It got a better grade on Rotten Tomatoes.
Isn't that weird? The sequel did better than the original on Rotten Tomatoes. Now,
that's ridiculous.
I think that's strange.
Yeah.
I think, though, when we're asking, did it live up to the hype? The real issue is, what is the hype? What is proper hype for Happy Gilmore 2 being released?
It's all about expectations.
It's all about expectations. Did you think this was going to be better than Happy Gilmore 2? If you did, you're an idiot.
Right.
You know?
No, I was not expecting that.
It's just supposed to be an homage. It's supposed to be, listen, we love Happy Gilmore. We love Adam Sandler. We love all these people. It's just a good time to spend another film with these characters that we love and see some good cameos.
The cameos were the best part about the movie. I think so.
If you're trying to make this like, okay, is this a better film than Happy Gilmore 2? It's not going to be. So I don't know why people would think that, but some people do.
Here's my problem with the entire film. They had me for about 75% of the movie.
Okay.
And then we got to this weird ending with this weird tournament against this weird villain, the Maxi crew. Yeah. They were just a bunch of dorks, and it was just super...
Reggie Bush was in that. Wasn't that
I didn't even know where.
Reggie Bush was one of the golfers on that new tour.
But the ending just lost me. It got so off the rails. It was like they got bored 75% of the way through filming and just were like, okay, let's throw this together, let's finish this, and let's get out of here. And I just feel when you are making a sequel for a classic that is Happy Gilmore, the original, the ending to that sequel deserved a little more thought. It deserved a little more care. It deserved a little more money. It deserved a little more effort to pay proper homage to Happy Gilmore 1. The ending just lost me. It was so bad that and again, I wasn't expecting the movie to be better than Happy Gilmore the original.
Lost you.
But it was just like, okay, this is a pretty good movie. 75% of the way through. You get to the end and it threw it all away for me.
See, I kind of liked that we have this PGA Tour versus Live Tour concept.
I understand
thought
what they were
that
trying
was
to do.
cool.
100%.
And the whole ligament issue,
And
I
you
thought
can
that
do
was
that.
interesting.
Yeah.
I like that Shooter McGavin was actually a good guy in this one in that transition. The one thing I didn't like, honestly, is that I just love Julie Bowen. I have a huge crush on her from Modern Family and from Happy Gilmore, and I was just upset she's dead.
They killed her off early.
And I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I wanted her to be a fixture in the movie because I want to look at her and I think she's great. But I thought the cameos, it's cool to see all these golfers who probably, they're around our age.
That was awesome.
They grew up probably loving Happy Gilmore. You got Scheffler in there. You got, Mac, all these guys, even Jack Nicklaus, all the legends. So
cameos were amazing.
The cameos were great.
The amount of celebrities they were able to get and that wanted to be a part of this was so cool.
And that's what the movie is.
Yeah.
You're looking in a sequel, even Anchorman 2. I love Anchorman. Anchorman 2 is all about the cameos and all that stuff. I thought by far, though, the best performance was Bad Bunny. I thought
Bad Bunny was great.
Bad Bunny was he's a really good actor. Kelsey was interesting. He was fun. Bad Bunny, though, is a good actor.
He was very good.
He
was very
really
impressed with
funny.
him. Yeah.
There's a lot of interesting stuff.
There was a lot of good, and I thought, again, 75% of the movie was great, and they just threw it away with a very weak and half-behinded ending.
All right. It's interesting take. Listen, in my eyes, in my world, the Sandman can do no wrong. I love you, Adam. It's great to see all your family in there. I love that. But come on, don't kill off Julie Bowen, man. I wanted to see her the whole movie. That's my girl. Anyway, coming up, hold
up. We got a response here.
Oh, we got one response. Right. Let's hear this real quick.
I thought it was awesome. I loved the first movie. I grew up with it. And I thought it was a great tribute. It's a better sequel and tribute than the first one than like a standalone film. But if you love the first one, you probably will love the second one. And then separately, I have picked up golf in the last few years, and this is also just like a homage to, if you love golf, I mean, the amount of cameos from there's actors everywhere, but golfers, it was amazing. The best one is the cameo from Will Zalatoris, because he wasn't in the first one, but they retconned him in that he was in the first one. So anyways, if you love Happy Gilmore or you love golf or both, you absolutely have to watch Happy Gilmore 2.
I love the responses we're getting. A lot of good responses,
especially for this Adam Sandler
one.
And he makes a good point. That Will Zalatoris cameo, there were a lot of very good jokes that you have to be chronically online to understand. Yeah. And for as long as Will Zalatoris has been a professional golfer, they've been making jokes about him being Happy Gilmore's caddy.
Even like the Scheffler stuff with the rat. I mean, it was good.
Yeah, and Scheffler was in prison.
With the chicken finger. That's what I'm saying. Just enjoy. Yeah. Stop complaining. Not everybody has to complain about every single thing. It's just supposed to be an homage to a classic film. All right, guys, coming up after a short break, we got Sink or Swim.
Did Happy Gilmore 2 live up to the hype? Brian Fodness on Facebook says, as someone who can recite the entire original from start to finish, I didn't set my expectations low enough. It's a movie version of a photo album with a bunch of high-budget, over-the-topness crammed in between recycled jokes from the original. Don't regret watching it, but won't watch it again. Just another Sandler money printer.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Sound Off Sports, Sink or Swim. James, this is great because usually we're coming up with something for Sink or Swim, something we're high on, something we're low on. Instead, though, we love when our audience is reaching out about even topics we're not even posing.
You guys decide on this for us. That would be...
I think it's great. 702-855-3502. Make sure you
get something off
your
chest.
Yeah. Call us, reach out on social media, but 702-855-3502. We got a great prompt here from an audience member, a viewer. So let's hear what that person has to say.
I have to chime in again, and this is a big one. I think the NFL has too many teams compared to the 60s and 70s and 80s, and we're really getting a second-rate product these days that there are too many teams and not enough human beings who can perform as NFL quarterbacks to go around, much less quality backup quarterbacks. And there's a dearth of offense in the NFL these days. And one of the things that can cure that, and this is kind of redundant to say, is the ridiculous rule that has the NFL officiating calling back and nullifying spectacular catches in the end zone and on the sideline because the player only got 1 foot in bounds. The fans have had enough of that. And I think the college rule is correct that 1 foot in is a viable catch in as much as a man doesn't even have to be in the field to play. So anyway, I'm chiming in on that again. I think the NFL has become kind of a second-rate product. It doesn't need to expand anymore, and they need to change every rule they can to increase the amount of offense in the NFL, and that's the big rule change that they need to make. 1 foot in is good. Thanks. Have a great day.
I love it. First of all, I'm sorry we didn't get your name, but thanks so much for giving us a call. Very thoughtful.
100%.
A few things I agree with, a few things I disagree with.
I don't agree that we need more rules tailored to help the offense.
No, I like 2 feet in, so I'm against that. I think the NFL is the best product that we actually have when it comes to professional sports. I do think this caller's right about the quarterback situation, because if you look back in the day, the guys who never were securing those Super Bowls, making those things happen, the bottom half of the league of quarterbacks, the Dan Fouts, they were good quarterbacks, you know? So I do think we don't have as many good quarterbacks in the NFL nowadays, and that's 100% true. But the NFL's a great product, and there's not going to be a lot of changes on the horizon I could see. I think the only thing that could happen would be probably expansion. But we appreciate the call, 702-855-3502. We always want to hear from you. If you give us a buzz like that, we'll try to fit you in to sink or swim. We'll see you next time here on Sound Off Sports. For James, I'm Mike Davis. We'll see you next time.